Where's Vidic?
Fifth floor.
I got a gun now. I killed him.
Vidic's office is up ahead.
You killed him. I was like a son to me.
Unlimited ammo.
Perhaps, but one full of promise. You accomplished so much and so well, and now you've taken him
Ooh, unlimited ammo.
from us like the apple.
That's what's up.
Like Lucy, we want to help the world, Desmond, to save it from itself. But you keep getting in the way. All our hard work.
Oh, I like those one-shot kills.
For your kind, maintaining the erroneous belief that we are evil, that the work we do is wrong. We enrich lives here. We save and transform them. But you.
Dad?
Not so fast, Mr. Miles. In case you hadn't noticed, I'm the one calling the shots. Now give me the apple.
You want it? Fine. Here it is.
Wait! No!
Ooh, yeah.
You never should have come here. You put everything on the line. For what? So you could rescue your father?
Yeah.
Good man. I would have done that too. Oh, God mode powers. Ooh, like this. So boss. I like how they're still standing there like you just saw what happened to the last like 20 people. And you're like, oh, I'm not scared or anything.
I'd get the power source hooked up before heading back into the Animus. But it's your call.
Okay. I'm gonna go look around here since we're at it anyway.
In the beginning, when we thought we could be saved, we sought to face the sun's wrath and contain it. 4 towers would be built to pull her fury into this place and dispel it. But even with all we knew, with all we had, it would take too long. 1,000 years we could labor and still the work would not be done. The first tower was never completed. The project abandoned. We moved on. But while we labored on other endeavors, a few returned. They thought to automate the process. Metal might finish what flesh could not.
Alright, so you put one in. Not even here. I guess we continue to go up. Why not? So risky. Jesus, if you fell, this is real life.
If we could not meet the sun's cruel embrace, perhaps we might rebuke it. Already we could generate the fields to protect us in times of strife. But these were small and simple things. To replicate them on a scale the size of a world, we lack the energy to make it so. Half the world, they said then. It is better than none at all. We tried. Again, we failed. A quarter, they asked. Even this we could not do. A sixth, an eighth, a tenth, they cried. The answer was still the same. Perhaps in time a city might be spared. But it was time we did not have. So we moved on.
Okay, that was interesting.
Wonder what's inside.
Only one way to find out.
Okay, that was the hint to where to put the second one. Now to get down. Okay, and we go this way.
What is a fact? Is it fixed? Immutable? Certain in its existence and only awaiting discovery? Or might it be changed? Here we learned the answer and thought that it might save us. They were used to command, to control, to own. But we soon discovered another use. When enough sat in thrall and were told to believe, their thoughts took on form. What was imagined became real. If 100 minds could wish away a wall or create a tree, what might 1,000 do? 10,000? More? Might we change the consensus and will the thread away? We resolved to send one into the sky where it might illuminate us all. Once placed, a sentence would be uttered. Make us safe. In this way, we would change the consensus. We would save the world. But it never came to be. We sent a dozen of them skyward, but there was no way to maintain control, to direct the beam, to enthrall the world, to speak the words. Though this was strange and dangerous, what we tried next was worse.
Okay. We keep going up. So if you guys are unaware of what's happening, she's trying to convince us to, once we put it all in, there's a choice, and it's very convincing. Trying not to spoil it, but I just want you guys to know.
Our first instinct was to travel back, to change the past. But we could not find a way. But forward. We could look forward. And so here we sought to see beyond ourselves and know what was to come. First we watched to learn if our work would succeed. But the answer was always the same. So we moved on to other things. But she remained. The one you call Minerva. In time, she too stopped looking, and instead began to speak. She called out across time, in the hopes that you might be saved. She hid messages where none might find them, save for you and those within this place.
Fascinating.
Tired of it. The cryptic warnings, the threats. Just tell us what you want!
But they are. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Imagine trying to explain all this to a 2-year-old, to a grasshopper. When they said the will of the gods was unknowable, they meant it. Literally.
I killed her, you know. I killed Lucy.
It was the apple, son. It was Juno.
I saw what she was. What would happen if I let her live? I could have stopped myself. I mean, there was a force there. But I didn't have to. I chose to.
Desmond.
Lucy was going to betray us and take the apple back to Abstergo. I saw the satellite launched. I saw them turn it on, and then... it failed. Whatever's on the other side of that door, it benefits Juno. We need to be careful.
Okay. So, going up. Going up. What's behind here? Whoa. Who knows? Exploring, exploring.